Get ready, cause it's about time for you to speak your mind. Girls Club. Girls Club. Super Secret Girls Club.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. How is your Wednesday going? How is you guys' Wednesday going so far?
Good.
So far, so Gucci.
It's raining outside.
Yeah.
So that was not expected for me, at least. Like walking in the morning, it's like, shit, I can't walk Nico.
Fun fact about
Alright.
Gucci, it's an Italian product.
Okay. That's a nice segue.
Okay, I don't know why we talked about Gucci, but okay. Hi guys, how's everybody else doing in the chat? Well, as you may know, with all of us posting it on Instagram today, we're gonna be talking about White Lotus. I'm super excited. Immediately, that's what we're asking for it. Yes, and we have a Chris, who our favorite super secret girl, as a
No one
guest
knew
today.
until today.
Yes. Did you know
It was
that
a
he
super
was a
secret.
girl and then he transformed? Transition?
Are we outing him?
I don't know. Are we? Maybe not. All right.
Yeah, today I'm me, you know?
Yes. All right, guys. But well, before we jump into a White Lotus, I think we're gonna wait for a few people to join. I'm gonna ask you guys, how was your weekend? You guys live together. How was
Hezky
your weekend together?
Hezky weekend, kočka, jo. Pekný vlasy, jo.
Please stop.
What the hell
Hezky
was that?
weekend.
What's going on?
Chris is trying to talk in Czech.
I'm not trying to. I'm doing a pretty damn good job.
Was it good?
Our weekend was good.
Good.
We actually had our housewarming, which was really fun, and we actually topped the day with
Unhinged, domo.
White Lotus.
Yes.
Well, we almost set our trash can on fire. That also happened.
Well,
What? How did that happen?
You don't remember that?
what
I don't
time?
remember pouring water into the trash can because it was literally smoking fire.
After I left?
Yes.
Why? Why was it smoking fire? Because of the coal from hookah?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
No, we
Well,
had we drank too much.
no shit.
But
like
we drank too much Saturday too.
Yeah.
Saturday was like,
What did we do on Saturday?
we were gonna go. We went one Christmas thing with Sydney turned into 2 a.m. at the club.
That's always known. But sounds like a great weekend though.
It was a great weekend. Had family and friends over. I let people do a thing in my house that I'm never letting them do again.
You know, once you open that door.
Nope, that door is closed. I will spray people. I let people smoke in my house, guys. We let people smoke in our house.
Yeah.
Never again.
It was great. But
Never
It
again.
still smells.
Yep.
does it really?
Lying ass motherfuckers be like, we don't smell. It's because you smell like it all the time, so you don't know.
That's very true. That's very true. That's hilarious. You just have to like have the windows open, which you can't because it's cold outside.
Yeah.
But yeah,
How was your weekend?
my weekend was pretty chill actually. I realized I was out of everything grocery wise. So Saturday I just went all the shops. I went to Asian store, like regular grocery store, Trader Joe's, Costco, because I have specific things that I like stock up on. I'm not allowed to go to Asian store because I ate too many red bean buns and then got too many frozen items because it was just, I love Asian stores.
Did you buy a 50-pound bag of rice that'll last you all year?
I already have 50 pounds.
Because that's kind of what we need.
I bought a huge ass box of kimchi though because because I was out of kimchi. So it's like that's my main thing. Like I'm out of kimchi. I need an Asian store.
In 2016, we did a couch surfing, and this nice like Asian girl from like Texas came to stay with us. But then she was like, "Oh, I need to stay here a little longer and look for a job." So she became our roommate for a month.
Oh wow!
And she left a 50-pound bag of rice, and it took us like 2 years to eat that bitch. And I was
Really?
like, "Should buy more 50-pound bags of rice."
I eat like Asian store. I don't get my rice from. I get rice from an Indian store specifically because I love basmati.
She had a sticky rice.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of sticky rice. I have to have basmati rice, and I will put basmati in sushi. I know, hate me, but I stand against basmati rice.
Find me some jasmine rice.
Basmati all the way. Like I will not. That's the only thing I will not change my opinion on at all. But that's my opinion.
No, live with it.
I really like the purple rice at Bibimbap.
Yeah, purple rice at bibimbap is dope. We don't know why it's purple.
Basmati only.
And now the rice wars have begun.
Yes, I will not stray away from it. But no, it was good. And then Sunday, housewarming party, which I didn't realize, I wasn't expecting to be there as long as I was. And then I really had to pull myself, like, I cannot stay here and watch like White Lotus. But I immediately went home and watched White Lotus.
Nice.
Just with Nico snuggling with me. I was like, okay, I guess we're watching White Lotus. But yeah, it was fun.
We ended up watching it with Brie and Spidey. So it was like a little watch party in our house.
Yeah.
And it was something. It was definitely something. A lot has happened.
A lot. This is not going to be a spoiler-free podcast on White Lotus season 2. I'm sorry, guys. There's just no way to discuss it without spoiling.
This is your warning.
This is
if
your
you
warning.
haven't seen it, I strongly encourage you to go watch it and then listen to our podcast later. It is available offline, also on our YouTube channel. That's just the Normies podcast, and also on Spotify, Google Play, Apple Play,
wherever you get your podcast from, we are available. Also, that being said, we might not talk that in depth of season 1, so both of them are kind of anthology. So I guess, I don't know, if you haven't seen any of it, maybe you can stay around. But yeah, it's not gonna be spoiler free.
It's gonna really suck if you guys get spoiled.
Yes.
I feel like that part of what happened in the episode, the spoiler, isn't the big deal though.
But it was such a huge moment.
Yeah.
So
what is White Lotus?
I'm just doing this for you guys.
Yeah.
But stay if you want to.
Yeah. So with succinct few sentences, you guys want to just describe what you think White Lotus is to you and why it's so dang addicting?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Oh, me first.
No, I mean, you said yeah.
I was agreeing. I'm being a good fucking
no, I mean, I can say, so like, White Lotus is like who done it mystery. So first episode, you find out somebody died, and the whole season, which is like 7 episodes, you just watch it to see who did it. But that's really not main story. Like, it's a thing that connects the first episode to last episode. In the middle, you just follow this random characters. They're different from one season to season 2 beside one character, and you just go around their stories. Like, it's kind of like Seinfeld. There's not really
slice of life.
Yeah. So like there's slice of life. Like, they're at this resort. There's a White Lotus chain resort, and there's essentially a mystery at this resort. Resorts is like super expensive. Rich people are there doing rich things, and so somebody dies.
I think the main reason why the show is so addicting, maybe it's just for me, but I love watching things I can't afford.
Yeah.
I'm window shopping when I watch White Lotus. Like, there's so much glamour, so much luxury, and the just opulence and
beauty.
Just, there's
possibility,
it's insane. Vanity. Like, it's crazy. I would like to experience that once.
Yeah.
You know? That would be nice to just get spoiled, but yeah, I like to watch that. It's just like aesthetically very nice,
very pleasing. Yeah. It is beautifully shot.
White Lotus is about rich people and the people that are around them that work for them or work with them or are working at the resort and how they're affected by them. It's also about how they affect their own lives, and this season in particular was kind of about like the sex lives of these super rich people and like where they're at and how they are and if it's going good for them or not.
Yeah, what do you think about this season, and can you compare season 1 and season 2?
Can't really compare season 1 to season 2. I think season 1 was kind of like this, like you get to the end of it and you're like, oh shit, is this a little bit about like colonialism and like how rich people use their money to fucking control other people in their lives? And then you get to this one and it's, so you don't need to be a rich person to like understand like how sex could drastically change your fucking life and like all that. And so I think this one's a little more approachable in that way.
So it's like sex and this is power, as in the first one, money was the power.
Yeah. About power essentially. Yeah. And I really dig that, like, while it is a murder mystery, the murder mystery isn't the thing that kept me going.
I forgot about the murder mystery.
I like to make my bet like in the beginning on like who I think it was, and I do think I called the person who it was multiple times because of the Madame Butterfly play that they went to.
The opera.
Yeah, and they were like, that was like really good foreshadowing, and I was like, okay, I think that's how it's going to happen, but I didn't know it was going to be the world's funniest death of all time.
It was so funny the way it happened. I was not expecting it.
Take 7 episodes to make it that funny. If you did that episode 1, not funny. I need 7 episodes. I need to know who this person is. Funny. I need to fully understand this person. for me to laugh that hard.
Yeah, when she went down yard, my jaw was on the floor, and when I was like, she didn't come up, I was like, shit, she's the one who died. Like, this is how she's died. I'm like, okay.
Did you hear the clank?
Yeah.
Of course, she wasn't gonna come up.
She was.
I guess not, but I was like, wow, okay.
Somebody heard that. You know how like when you hear something on the water and it like echoes like clean across the water.
Yeah.
Somebody just heard like from like 2 miles away. Dink. And they're like, the fuck was that? But we're getting ahead of ourselves, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, just in general. But yeah, I think I wanted to just know overall the whole season what you guys think about it, and what mysteries did linger behind from the Sicilian escapades. Were there any questions lingered?
Yes. I am intrigued to actually know whether or not Harper and Harper and Cameron fucked.
Okay.
And I would also be interested to know whether Ethan and Daphne fucked. Would love to know that.
Episode 1, I was like, they're trying to swing with them. That's what I thought it was. I was like, they're trying to fucking swing with them. That's why they brought them out here. And then when Cameron mentioned like the money thing, I was like, okay, maybe it's about that. But yeah, my question is it could be both. I want to know. This is gonna sound weird. Is there infidelity making them happy? I want to see a follow-up with those four people just to know, because
like how
Cameron and Daphne seemed really toxic at times, but also really genuinely happy at times.
That's true.
And they seemed like maybe they were putting on, like, because Harper was like, I know it's all fake. And I was like, I'm feeling that too, but also like, fuck, who could be fake happy for this long? Like, I don't know. Like, eventually you're faking it so much, you're just doing it. And then to see Harper and Ethan really genuinely have like some passionate sex after all of the bullshit and after all the possible makeup sex and all the cheating and all that, like, to see that and be like, damn, like, is this show telling us like that now they're happy? And then you see them sitting at the airport at the end and they seem like happy. They're smiling and shit, and it's like
they were between each other's arms compared to like how they came in the first episode when they were arguing literally.
And it's like, damn, like, so maybe they're learning that it's not the infidelity, that maybe they need to have extramarital things going on and need to have a long talk about it and figure out like what the fuck they are. Is the relationship open? Yada, 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 this and that. Because essentially Cameron and Daphne have an open relationship without talking about it, but both kind of knowing that they are. Yeah. Which is gross.
So I think that Daphne and Albie actually have a common trait, which is toxic positivity. Where...
Fair.
New term for me.
Daphne is... She knows her situation, and I think that she's just like practicing very extreme toxic gratitude. Yeah. Where she's just like, well, I mean, you know, Cameron is the way it is, and
that's just
this is just how it is, and I can't really shake the boat because I'm comfortable.
Fair enough.
That type of thinking is probably like going through her mind.
But she's also fucking
mentioned multiple. Well, she's trying to like make the best out of her situation by being.
You should get a trainer.
Taking her own, like, you know, slice of pie.
But is she making a best out of her situation as the same in with the couple from season 1? Because she loves the money so much that she's not going to rock the boat. So she's like, all right, I know Cameron's fucking around with me, so I'm just going to fuck behind that.
The couple from season 1 just got married. That was a whole thing. But Daphne and Cameron have 2 kids also. Like, they've been together for so long.
But maybe that's the progression, you know?
Yeah, maybe. But like, yeah, I feel that her is just like, she's like trying to brainwash herself into thinking that this is the best for her. Yeah. And maybe it is, I don't know. But Albie also is kind of like this toxic positive person where he just like thinks he knows better, and like he knows better about women issues than women themselves, etc.
Definitely knows better than his dad and his father or grandpa.
He does. That was a very low bar to pass. So yeah.
No, that's fair. And let's I guess we can like talk about characters and what we think about them. Yeah. We always are gonna come back to Cameron and Daphne because there's so much. But what about the 3 generation? The grandfather, father, and the son, Albie, and I don't know the rest of the 2 of the names.
Albie, Dominic, and Bert.
Dominic the Coco.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. Those 2, I really they were. I don't know. It was just those 3. It was interesting to see them because like Albie reminded me a lot. I try to do comparison between season 1 and season 2, even trying not to. But Albie reminded me so much about that son from the first season with the family.
I thought it was more Sydney Sweeney for me.
Really? No, it was a son.
Sydney Sweeney's friend.
Yeah.
Really? For me, it was the son. Both of them were sons who were like had a weird relationship with their dads and tried like they had some kind of bonding in the end of it. Like in the beginning, they were kind of strays, and somehow like they did bonded. Even though for LB and his father it was kind of toxic bonding. It was like, oh, if you give me $50,000, I will talk to mom about you, and that happened, and they were kind of okay with it in the end.
Boy, can you imagine just jerking off 50 grand and being like, well, guess I'll never see that again.
Yeah.
On to the flight, gonna live my life. If I lost, I'd be devastated.
Crazy, and nobody gave a shit. And then it's like, okay, this is how much money you have. Cool.
I got threw away 50 grand kind of money. Just fuck it, whatever.
But I did feel bad for LB for a little bit because like he got played by Lucia. I mean, at the same time, like
Albie's
go for
idiot.
Lucia. Like for her to do that, like she knew what she was doing, and LB had enough money that he didn't give a shit about it. So like,
literally, it feels like no one got hurt.
Nobody
I don't
got
want to be
hurt.
shitty, but I have. I guess I'm not gonna out my. I don't know. I got enough street smarts to know two things.
Yeah.
One, if you thought that was her pimp, you fucked up. From jump, I was like, Marquetta, I don't understand. Like, what is this pimp offering in this relationship? Like, I was like, who the fuck? I didn't even recognize it was the dude from the beginning that she walks past, and she's like, hey, what up? And I was like, fuck no. I was like, that motherfucker ain't scary. No fucking way. I will get stabbed in Sicily. I do not believe this shit. Like, straight up. And I was on point for it, but still, like,
but
for Albie,
Albie was that naive to not realize.
And that's the thing is, like,
didn't realize Lucia was on her own doing everything. Like she doesn't need nobody.
That's like, and she's independent, and like I fuck with her as a character. Yes, I'm standing for the motherfucker that just robbed somebody for $50K. Somebody who I like to mention once again, they're not gonna miss the money. I sincerely have zero. I mean,
she was smart about it. Like,
don't give an entire fuck.
Yeah, she was smart about it. She targeted people who wouldn't care or would not like complain to the cops or will never come back to her because they don't give a shit.
You can complain to the cops for I gave a fucking prostitute $50,000. The cops are gonna be like, "Damn, son, sounds rough for you."
Yeah.
You got a crime to report? Cause all I hear is a transaction.
He was kind of okay with it.
Yeah.
He was kind of like, it's 50-50 and just gonna roll the dice and see what happens. Either I wake up next to her or she'll be gone.
Yeah, he was fine with it.
Man,
I mean, that was like, but yeah,
Albie's an easy come up.
I wanted to say, to answer your original question, that he reminds me of Sydney Sweeney's friend. I forgot her name, but it's the virtue signaling, where both of them, they're like, feel like they're better than the rest.
But they're not. Yeah. And
they're trying to improve the situation of a local.
Fair enough.
With
that's true.
Almost the same amount of money.
Yeah.
And in the first season, the Hawaiian boy, he got caught. Here, she didn't get caught. She ended up getting the money. And that's why I feel like, Albie and that girl are kind of like the same archetype of a character in each season.
I think we might all be right, because for me, the Sydney Sweeney thing came with the way she talked to her mom, the way she was like kind of progressive and shit and putting on a lot, but also like when it came down to it, in the end, her mom was like, look, we got this fucking money. Like, what the fuck do you want me to do about it? And she was like, yeah. And then she's having fun and like, let it all go. And like Albie in the end is like, Dad, yeah, I know I've been talking a lot of shit, but like, let me get that 50 grand. Yeah. I'll talk to mom for you, which is shitty. And then also like, they all three like kind of check out that lady at the end, which I know she's a hot lady. Check her out. But
it was hilarious.
The show is telling us that like they all think that they're vastly different from each other, but they're still kind of the same. Yeah. I'm not saying don't check out hot ladies.
I mean, but the way that it was hilarious.
That the show is telling us that like, look here, like look, they all think they're different. Yeah. They're all doing the same shit. They're all probably slowly progressing into each one. They're like a fucking group of Pokemon. Squirtle, Wartortle, Blastoise. They all think they're different, but.
That's hilarious. But now like hearing you guys talk about like how you all like thought some other kid from that family, but now it sounds like to me like Albie was essentially all those three kids from his first season together. Yeah. Like we had this family and there's like three of them together, all this combination. That was great. Let's talk about
and
this.
And they also cheated. Like the man cheated on the wife.
They did.
Yeah.
And then like he knew why he was there, and then he still cheated, and he was like, "Oh, I missed that." I was like, "You're gonna continue doing the same thing."
I mean, that dude's a 100% sex addict. Like, I know that it's one of those weird diagnoses, but he clearly can't fuck home, so it's not an excuse. He needs to fucking figure that out. Motherfucker needs to be in therapy. He needs to do some shit.
Is it therapy the only thing? I guess therapy tells you why you are a sex addict and you treat that and hopefully you don't have sex. How do you treat
know how when you're on methadone?
Can you maybe get on like some hormone suppressants?
I don't know. I don't know that. I wouldn't want to do that. But you know how when you're on heroin and they give you methadone to kind of come off? I think when you're a sex addict, you just have to limit yourself to like one blowjob a day until you can like wean off. And then eventually, like, okay, I think I'm good. I don't need that anymore.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm just like curious on what the treatment there is, but crazy. Do you want to talk about Lucia and
Mia? The motherfucking crew.
Love Mia.
I'm trying to roll with them.
Yeah, it was great. Lucia was great. I really, at first, I didn't realize what they were doing. It took me a second because I think I was like, Ethan's like, oh, shit. So they're like escorts. And then the way they were going about it, I was like, makes perfect sense. They are tourists. They are rich people. Why wouldn't you be here doing this? And
I mean, they're providing a legitimate service too. Yep. Especially because Dominic got to essentially have a threesome with him, except for I think Mia said she fell asleep or something like that.
Yeah.
They didn't, but still, like, I don't know how much he was paying. It seemed like it was in the thousands.
And she got money. Like, she also got money from Cameron as well. At first, I thought Cameron was gonna ditch him. I was like, dude, what are you doing? She could like totally rat you out in front of everybody. But
he waited long enough.
Yeah. He did. And then I really enjoy Lucia's character, and I think the way she went about it, like she was low key. They had fun. They was able to provide service and were the hot girls at the resort where everybody was like, okay, nobody really pays a lot of attention, and it was a win-win situation for her and Mia. Mia got a job. That was so cool.
Mia hustled. I love Mia.
I'm shitty about Giuseppe losing his job because I did think Giuseppe was cool. He didn't deserve it, but also like he took it out.
He wanted to fuck her.
Was he cool?
Yeah. What part was Giuseppe not cool? When he asked if she was a prostitute while she was hanging out with a known prostitute doing prostitute things?
When he was like, I will introduce you to somebody if you have sex with me.
I mean, he didn't say
He literally
that
thought
way.
she was a prostitute.
But then
he was like, instead of money, I'm offering you something else.
She slapped him, and then he continued.
And then she came back the next day and was like, so what's good?
I feel like one of the things that this show was about is also like showing how the people in Sicily, they mention unemployment multiple times. Even Salvatore, who was literally dealt like piece of shit, just shut up and moved on and went back to the fucking clubhouse. Yeah. Because that is the only option he had for himself, was either that or be unemployed. Yeah. And unemployment in Sicily is very high, and people have very limited amount of opportunities. Fair. So it is like, the market is like very competitive. Yeah. And for Mia, I don't even know where I was going with this. But basically, Giuseppe was not a good fucking person. He was definitely abusing his power, just like fucking Valentina. Fuck them both.
Valentina. Okay, we'll go on to Valentina, but I don't think whatever his name, I don't think he did anything wrong either. The reason why, he called her Maria a prostitute, obviously because she was hanging out with Lucia. She threw drink and they were gone, and then she approached him, and then afterwards let me sing, and he gave him the opportunity to sing, and then obviously he wanted sex, and he told her clearly, hey, I can introduce you to more people. Quote unquote, it's like, I can introduce more people if you sleep with me. Nothing happened. And then Mia came back, approached him, like, I will if you do introduce me to people. She had a choice not to do it. There's an option, and then she decided not to take it. And then
grown up decisions.
She was grown up and went back and did it because she knew in the end she will get something out of it. And she was like, I don't care if your dick is not fully hard. It's like, we done it, and you go for it.
I think if they were working at a record label and she got to deal with the record label, and that would have been like, yes, you want to get up to the top, you got to fuck me. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's gross and weird.
It's the same.
It's not.
No, those are power dynamics. She literally is talking to a stranger.
Yeah.
And she was like, I can hook up with a stranger, and if I get something out of it, then dope. If she would have been like, yo, let me fuck you for a hot meal, and you're like, okay.
See how she saw him as an authority figure, as somebody?
Why would he be an authority figure for her?
Because he's a professional. He's in the industry, and he has connections that she can use.
Does he? Maybe he doesn't.
So then he lied to her.
I mean, he could be, but she is adult enough to make that decision. Also,
he's also a lounge singer. He's not in the industry.
He's not industry, and also he is working at the piano. She wanted that job. Going to him probably was not gonna get her that job. She tried to sing, and then she went to Valentina, and got the job. And she essentially offered Valentina the same thing. Like, hey, if you give me a piano, I will fuck you. That's the same thing that that guy did.
Just happy.
So they're adults. They made
terrible.
transactions. But Mia's terrible too then. Mia's terrible. She went to Valentina like, give me this job.
I think Valentina's terrible for the way she was treating the pretty girl in Rocco.
Yes.
Not for the sex thing.
I mean, I think she thought that what's that chick who was flirting, like not flirting, being friend, Olivia.
I forgot her name.
Yeah. Who was with Rocco.
Wildly wrong. I don't know why she would assume that. I think she was doing a thing where she's like, I'm just gonna keep flirting with you until I find out if you're straight or not. It's like,
yeah, I think she
more
realized
research.
like her being nice was flirting with Valentina, but it also seemed like this showed Valentina like not having friends, eating by herself. Like, I don't, like, you are just so suppressed by your identity because it's such a huge taboo in Italy to talk about it. And like, I don't think it's now, but it's been a huge taboo to talk about homosexuality when she was probably growing up.
Yeah.
So that for her to like just be excluded and not have any friends and just around her life around the job
and to be an asshole at work. Like, she was not a nice. And it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know if you need to act like that to run a resort. Because Armand was fucking up towards the end, but in the beginning, we saw Armand being a pretty normal dude from season 1. Until he ends up eating someone's ass.
Actively approaching those beach boys with sexual offers.
I said in the beginning.
In the beginning too.
Yeah.
In the first episode, he was just like, I like your bun.
Yeah, well,
maybe
I don't remember.
Right now, I'm comparing
looking at him, but he didn't make that encounters until he went off rockers.
Yeah, and
when he started using it, that's when he was like, hey.
I'm just comparing him to like episode 1. Valentina was being an asshole to her workers. She's just like, what the fuck, this and that. Like, it was like, damn, like, you were kind of extra. And I know that Armand was just like, the way he approached, he was still leading his people, but he was, and with a strong hand, but he was still like, he was like, lift the shirt up. He was like, do this, like, do that. Like, he was like giving his, like, I don't know. Maybe this is just a difference culturally between how Italian people talk to each other and how people in America talk to each other. But like, Armand didn't seem like an asshole until he's eating homie's ass at work for extra shifts.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if
For me.
How much of Valentina was trying to be asshole on purpose or how much it was her personality, because in the first episode when the granddad comes in, she makes a joke like, I'm surprised that you're here because you're so old. As like somebody
that might just be European bluntness.
Yeah, I think because like as somebody who's in hospitality and a manager of a White Lotus resort, it's not something that she should have said. It's not something that like from Hawaii would say either. So I'm not sure how much of that is just her personality.
We don't hear ourselves. We don't have that.
So like her talking to employees, I don't think that's her being rude. That's just how, as a manager, she's just communicating to her employees like, hey, you do that. Also, her being a female, and like most of her employees were also like, Rocco was like, why do I have to go to beach club? Fuck, why are you questioning that? With same Salvatore, like trying to like also talk to her when he was clearly harassing, like kind of sexually harassing the other chick, like, and she felt uncomfortable because she complained to it's like, hey, Salvatore is being rude and being a little harassing. Could you like send him?
Yeah,
in the back?
I feel like she literally just said that to get her fiance back to the.
I thought I heard in the back end he was kind of being weird as well. And first,
I thought they were just talking. I couldn't tell
because
I think they were speaking Italian, but yeah.
There were subtitles, so I was like reading the subtitles like a little bit. But maybe she lied to get Rocco in front, but for Valentina, that's what she says. So for Valentina, I was like, okay, this guy that I already hate, and like apparently she already hates all the guys, and like her bluntness as a European and her being a boss, I don't see her as an asshole. For like, I can see why she may come off as an asshole, but somebody who's in Italy doing.
Well, I like to point out a thing.
So.
She ain't got no friends, probably because she an asshole.
Probably her personality sucks.
Yeah.
We need robots to replace all these humans with emotions.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's gonna make it any better. Who are the other characters that we're missing? Tanya. And Portia.
Tanya and Portia.
Portia,
you should have just fucked Albie. I know he was being a wet, boring blanket, but Lord have mercy.
I had to pause the episode when she was in the car.
Oh my god.
She enters the car, which she has no keys to. And she's
no
like,
phone.
Are you trying to kidnap me? Bitch!
No, you got in the car yourself. You've kidnapped yourself.
Oh! Okay.
Yeah, and she kept on going, and like when she realized like, okay, I definitely plugged my phone was right here. she should have been like, I'm not going anywhere with you, man. Like, we are gonna go to the deck.
Going to the fucking embassy, son.
I'm going. You can come back with me or you're not. Like, I'm gonna take taxi and go from there because he didn't have wallet, apparently. She did.
Also, you can't find this man on it. Look, I didn't feel bad for her leaving Albie in the beginning because, like, Jack he's more fun and Albie's kind of like, I'm not giving him shit for asking permission to kiss her, but he was like, I wanted to come in your room last night. And she was like, well, you shoulda. And, like, I think that for him, like, if he wanted something from her instead of trying to be a perfect gentleman, he could have just communicated. Like, if they had that kiss at night, he'd be like, damn, is it cool if I come in? And, like, their whole entire stories might have been different, which he wanted it, and apparently she wanted it too. Yeah. Because she said that. But instead, they kind of dick around and go slow, and he's taking her on his nice dates, and it's really cute. But, like, that's not what she wants. They ain't really talked about that now. They're just kind of generally hanging out. And I know it's a lot to talk about on the first time around, but we're making out at a resort on vacation. I'm assuming you might be trying to fuck, 'cause everybody's on vacation. People doing vacations. Yeah. And then she sees Jack playing in the pool and shit, and she's go hang out with this Rudy football boy who's gonna fucking...
Well, Hex Metatron, thank you so much for subscribing.
Thank you.
For 2 months. Love it. Awesome. Oh my God, what I was gonna say, like with Portia, I think that's another topic that we need to talk about later on. When girls, like guys are just being nice and like asking permission, and then sometimes girls like, okay, you should have just done it, but it's that weird line.
But because the girls can also do it.
Like ask.
She could have invited him in too.
Exactly. Yes. So like when girls don't do that, it's like it's not just on the guys, because I just watched this show Married at First Sight, and this couple didn't work out because she wanted him to like initiate, but she never said anything. And I was like, dude, how? Like, he's being nice. He's like asking like, are you okay? Are you comfortable? And all that. And I was like, he's being nice. Like, you need to also just initiate. It doesn't always have to be a guy initiating it. But like with Portia, I think she just, I don't know. I felt like in the beginning Tanya was like, you stay in your room. Don't come out. Just stay in your room. And then just like,
also explains why Greg was so mad that she brought the assistant because of his plans. But yeah, I do. You're right. Portia could have. She should have definitely, if she wanted it to, she could have said something. It is a two-way street, and I think that no dude is like. There's plenty of dudes who are gonna press it. If I'm in that position, I'm gonna press my luck. I'm gonna try, but I'm not gonna be like just do some shit. Like I'm not gonna just. I'm fucking married now. Even if I was single now, I don't think I'd really just be kissing anybody unless their face is this close to my face, and then I'll just.
Unless it's a clear signal.
Like, some signals ain't clear because I guarantee you kiss somebody while they're this close. I'm like, what the fuck was that? I'm like, I don't know. You put your face in mine. Like, wasn't the case. And then you can. And I'm not saying this is a thing. I'm not trying to be like this, but as a dude, you legitimately got to be careful. You need to be approaching these ladies with respect. You can get canceled as a thing that can happen.
Very true. Yes.
I said it.
Yeah. No. Very true.
Oh my god.
I know someone who it happened to. So like, yeah, if people, I mean, you gotta be careful, be nice, but also women. Take an extra fucking step too. Meet us halfway.
Exactly. Just everybody can initiate. Just I don't know. Portia was interesting character. Like I really thought like in the beginning when she was complaining, it was like, girl, you are at a resort. Like you're not paying money. Like even if I had to stay in my room, it's like, I will find. It's such a big place. You can like try to get away, and I guess there's only one restaurant. They always end up being at the one restaurant.
I think she was just really like going through something else in life where she's like, in general, she was just stuck in a rut and she didn't know, like this was like a 1 week escape that's like nice and all, but like it's not solving her life, That's true. So she was kind of going through all of that when she met Albie, and I think she like realized that she wants to actually have like an adventure and feel like she's living her life. Because that was the whole thing she was on. Yeah. And Albie wasn't really, like, doing that for her. It was just another kind of, like, her pattern. Yeah. And she wanted to break the pattern. That's why she ended up in, like, with the adventure boy. But, we'll also how that backfired. But I also think that she could have had that. She could have had her cake and ate it, too. Yeah. If she was just fucking, like, not stupid. Yeah. Because if you're like with a dude who just continues to have red flags, at some point you're just gonna have to get up and excuse yourself to go to the bathroom, escape through the window, and go to your embassy, or just like know your fucking options. Like be aware of your environment. Don't get into a car and ask, "Are you kidnapping me?"
Especially when you just had a discussion with Tanya. I was like, maybe there's something weird going on. Yeah, like there's something weird going on.
It's just my whole thing is. sometimes girls get kidnapped, like getting into a taxi or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just to get ran off into a fucking brothel somewhere. But you get into a car on your own without being forced to get into the car.
There was no gun
with
point.
all the red flags already
All
just like
the
waiting
red-
like this, like leave.
All of them.
And she gets into the car and then
Thank God.
then
he
just like sets the car on fire. Just
What?
like, are you trying to kidnap me?
I like too that she was like she had the balls to be like, I can't find you anywhere on the internet. Yellow makeup on your teeth. She's like, I can't find you anywhere on the internet, and like this and that, and like, is that your uncle? I'm like, at some point in my head, if I've decided you're dangerous, I've decided that I'm also not asking questions. I'm just leaving.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
the more that you know that I know, the more dangerous you become to me.
Yeah.
This is some, once again, Streets 101 shit. Have you found yourself in a dangerous position? Leave.
Yeah, that's
Don't ask the person that you think might be dangerous. Also, that this person isn't anything to you other than a fuck buddy you met on a trip, then you've done too much.
Yeah.
If I think someone's a murderer, I'm not going to be like, I can't find you on the internet, and you have gloves and a knife in your bag and a
does that
gun.
mean?
What does that mean? It means
No,
that I'm
seriously.
trying to die if I'm still asking questions. Get
Yeah.
the fuck
I
out
did
of there.
so much stupid shit when I lived in Turkey by myself.
Yeah.
But I didn't do that.
Yeah. No, I think some of them I'm always like, I hope people are not that stupid in real life.
They are.
And I'm hoping that's just like in the writing for us to know that. But there was some other way that she could have told Tanya, like, I looked him up, he's nowhere to be found, or something like that. But yeah, for her to be asking that question, like, what is wrong with you? Did you not take like Women's Safety 101? That's like a main thing. that
Life?
you, like,
Did she not take life?
life 101. You don't like, clearly there's red flags. Don't ask the criminal if he's a criminal. Like, and if you say,
Are you lying
no,
to me?
Yeah.
Will you lie to me more?
Yeah. Like, oh, okay. Yeah. Great. Perfect.
So Tanya.
Tanya.
$500 million. It's
I
$500 million.
love Tanya. Like, I wasn't sure what I felt about her in season 1, but like, she was just so odd that I was
She's
like,
cute.
okay.
She was my least favorite person in season 1 because of how she did Belinda. And like, I still
Yeah.
roll on that. Like,
Oh yeah, that's still, yeah, exactly.
she literally,
like,
because once again, Tanya, being the fucking rich asshole she is, has plenty enough money to change Belinda's life, and she also had all the means and want to do it. She could have started a business with Belinda, and her fucking ass will still be alive.
Mm-hmm.
So
She also mentioned Belinda this season.
she said, should have did something with that Belinda girl.
yeah, I should have, because apparently the psychic who told her real reading was like, you're supposed to build me up. I was like, so you just want to fake psychics to like just tell you you're doing okay.
I guess the psychic was pretty legit then too.
Yeah, no, the job was like, psychic was right, because psychic was like, oh yeah, Greg is having an affair. There is like, she said 3 things and those were all right, and then like left. Just like, okay, cool, perfect.
Hire a psychic. Don't listen to her. But
No, I love it. So do we think Greg is actually having an affair? Like, and Greg was the one who hired those gays?
Maybe, yeah.
He was in the
when
old
he's
picture,
gays,
man.
With the gays.
he was
He's
in that.
having an affair with the gays.
The gays are trying to kill me.
The gays.
He was in that old picture. So I don't know
love
if
it.
Greg met. I don't know that him meeting Tanya was like a part of the plan, but I think maybe after he met him, Greg just had connections back in Sicily with some, because like the dude who was supposed to kill Tanya, definitely some sort of mafia motherfucker who had the silliest mafia death of all time, probably. People be like, what got our guy? He was shot by a 50-year-old lady after going down on her for about an hour.
She was pretty good. She got all of them beside one person.
Yeah,
It's like-
oh, the captain was like, I'm out of here. I don't know what the fuck y'all are doing.
Yeah, like
Well, also one of the gays.
one of the gays.
Oh yeah,
Boy.
yeah. All right, but
We never knew their names. We would just
Yeah.
know the gays.
The gays.
So no, I do think Greg had this plot like after they got together about like getting his money, and when he was on the phone, the way he was talking to him sounded like he was having an affair.
Yeah, because
And
he said,
so-
I love you.
Yeah, so
I'll be
definitely
there for
having
you."
an affair.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe they've just been together for a long time, off and on. You know what I mean? Maybe something like that. They've just been old boyfriends, and he was like, "Oh, I met this rich lady, and like she's super rich, so fuck, I guess I'll do something about that." Like I don't know where Greg made that transition to like let's kill her for her money, but also man, Greg's about to get all that money.
Yeah, he will. And I'm hoping that they will do investigation and ask Portia, because like there's no way there's no investigation done unless it's in the water, and that's like international waters, and like
No.
there
It's
has to
not
be
international
okay, so
waters.
there has to be some
Yeah, you
investigation
can see
done.
that. Also, never mind. Greg's not getting that money.
Yeah,
his face is in pictures on that boat.
Yeah, they will.
He's going to be very easily caught.
He was in the palazzo, not on the boat.
But I mean, regardless, somebody died. The places that they've been spending time in the last day and a half, unless the mafia's going to clear that place. But I don't think Greg's the mafia. Greg, he works for BLM.
And she's hooked up with Black Lives Matter. Rich enough that they are gonna trace down Portia. Like, you were there. What happened? And Portia knew that she found Greg's picture.
Oh yeah, and Jack and everything. And Portia gonna snitch. Jack is silly. I mean, Jack will probably be able to get away because he's just some fuck. That's probably not his real name either. He's just some fuck boy, literally. Little butt boy, but he's probably just gonna dip off into the sunset.
Tanya's an interesting character. I can see it would be difficult to be married to that person because like her mind changes so quickly and she's so insecure. It's like, no, like it'd be fine, but at the same time, Greg did dirty because he was being so nice, and when he was being so nice, like there is something going on. Like, yeah, you are having an affair or something, because he was like, oh, I want to be nice before like one last thing, like I have to leave for Denver
for 2 days.
For 2 days, and he never came back. Like, I don't even know how long it's been.
I mean, I think he was supposed to come back at the end of those 2 days and be like, oh my God, she died. What? I was gone for 2 days with an alibi. People knew exactly where I was.
That's very
Not
true.
worried that I had to go to work for 2 days in the middle of a vacation. I chose to do that. That's not suspicious at all. Don't look at me.
Very true. Solid proof plan. Until like realize like everybody's dead. Yeah. Also, any murder plot you got that involves 7 different people, it's not gonna go well. But let me tell you that 7 different people ain't keeping nobody secret. I mean, I know you think $500 million will do that, but I highly doubt that. Motherfuckers like to get drunk and talk, bro. Yeah. So, do you guys think that? So, what do you guys think Ethan changed his mind in the end, and had passionate sex with like Harper? Do you think her and Daphne actually had sex? I think so.
Ethan and Daphne, I think so.
And what about Harper and Cameron? Like, something happened there as well?
I think the irony there is that they only did kiss. I don't know if they fucked, because there's no real concrete proof for it. They acting like they were fucking, but also, for Harper, it's stupid and petty. Like, it's an obvious thing. It's one of those things that, like, you've created a moment in our relationship, but I'm never going to ever, like, how am I supposed to, like, there's too many coincidences. Like, you were mad at me for this and that, and so... Honestly, I kind of hope everybody fucked. I hope they all did.
Yeah, I thought Harper was going to use that scenario when Ethan couldn't believe her. But like, hey, you can't believe me on this one. Why can't I believe you that you didn't have sex? Like, did she say that? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I must have missed it, because I really thought that's what she was trying to create, the whole scenario. But then in the end, it's like when Ethan went off, like, oh, I hope Cameron and Harper did something too. And because it's like, it leaves those mysteries behind. It's like, well... fuck now. Like, who did what? I guess I'm not gonna talk about it and just continue
Whatever
going.
happens in Sicily.
Stays in Sicily.
Until fucking Daphne has an Asian baby.
Oh, God, I hope not.
Yeah.
Or Harper has a kid. It's like, I guess we'll find out. Maybe we'll find out.
What were we watching?
We won't find out.
We were talking about if there's no... Oh, it was Buffy. About like trust.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about trust?
Was it Buffy we were watching? They were talking about trust.
Trust.
Oh, that if their marriage doesn't have trust, then like they're already at a rocky spot that they need to be able to figure shit out on, right? So like, I know Ethan was mad and really trying to figure it out, but like, I think he needed to decide like if he trusted her or not, right?
Yeah.
Which she said they kissed, which there was a lie there. There was something there, but like, if he would have just been like, if he'd have let it go, things might not have dissolved as bad as they did, but they got better for him. They got better overall, and he probably got to fuck Daphne. So, I don't know. Like, the whole moral of their story is, I guess, be shitty towards each other and keep it going.
I mean, if both of them, I guess, what they need to do is have an open communication and just have an open marriage if they're going to continue being with each other. But I don't think they want to do anything else other than, I think they just got back at each other silently. And that's what Cameron and Daphne been doing to each other. It's like, we're just going to... Yeah, I know he's been fucking with me. I don't need to know, but I'm gonna also do shitty thing because if it ever comes out that you are, I can throw it back at you like, well, fuck, I've been also fucking behind you. So it's like we're both even.
Straight
I don't feel bad.
Warfare.
Yeah.
Caddy, what do you think?
I mean, I don't know. I'm just trying to remember back with the couple that just recently got married from season 1, and I do think that you were right, Navi, when you said was it? I don't know.
Navi said it, and I just added
but it was
on
like
to
the
it.
progression of like they're newlyweds. That's the stage, and then you have Ethan and Harper who were like married for like a few months, and then you have Daphne and Cameron who have multiple kids, and like it's the same couple, and it's in different stages.
Yeah.
Decay.
I really like those. Yeah, I really like the similarities between
Honestly,
the kept between two seasons.
I think it's decay because Cameron, when Daphne called him to say hi to the kids, he was so fucking shitty, and like you can see that there's something brewing in him that like that's something that's gonna fizzle up eventually. And then Daphne also, she's just kind of like she's being very passive aggressive. Where she knows he's cheating, but she doesn't want to confront it, and then she cheats to get back at him, and it's this vicious circle. Like eventually, that's gonna like boil over.
You think that all of them are leading to divorce? I
don't know if necessarily divorce, but like they're going to have to confront this because they can't keep going like this. You know what I mean?
I mean, but at the same time, right? Like. You have money, and for Daphne it's also like, I'm gonna go cheat, I'm also gonna spend whatever money I want and do whatever, and I will go back to the family and continue having that. I think I don't know what I will do in that scenario, but at the same time, like I guess we all getting what we want, and the happiness we are finding it through somewhere else. And it may work for a really long time until all the kids are grown up and moved away from college, and they're just bitter people, and then they will.
What if that couple number 4 is the one with the adult kids in season 1?
Couple number 4?
Sydney Sweeney's parents.
Oh, What do you mean, couple number 4?
Sydney Sweeney's parents.
I know who you're talking about, but you said
like
what if?
The fourth stage of it.
Yeah, because I mean, old boy did cheat, and they did talk about it, and he had to buy her those $70,000 earrings or whatever the fuck it was, $70,000 bracelet. Yeah,
that could be something.
All the couples they just keep presenting aren't like happy in a way that seems reasonable, but it also like they're making it work, which I don't know. There's some line there of like, is this a good thing? Is this terribly toxic? Should they just cut it off? I think all of them do have genuine love for each other, but it's just the things that they're doing in their lives. Like their money isn't making them happy, and it kind of feels like, especially for Cameron and Daphne, that they have to play the extra little games and do the extra little shit to feel excited. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like for them, it's like, yeah, this vacation is great, but what's going to make it really cool is when you guys go stay at that one palazzo, and when I do Molly with a bunch of fucking prostitutes, and then I hide that shit. Like that's what's gonna make it fun. I'm cool with going to Italy because I haven't been, but maybe after your 5th time, you know what I mean? Like after you've been rich for so long, you kind of get bored, and I think you want to do those extra things. You want those eyed wide shut parties and shit like that, you know?
Fair enough. Do you guys think that Albie and Portia are actually gonna get back together?
I hope they're the couple in season 4.
Now that they have like both been cheated by sex workers, like both of them like just got screwed over. Also being idiots. Both of them were being idiots. Yeah. So it will be interesting.
I think that they have a legitimate chance at like, you know, having a successful relationship. I mean, I don't know if it goes anywhere. They both need to like work on themselves.
Communication.
Yes. Yeah. Horribly. Do you guys think there's gonna be season 3? And what?
They're working on it already.
Oh yeah, actually there is gonna be season 3. But you like.
Where is it gonna be?
I don't know. White Lotus somewhere. But they were. Serge was saying that in the end video, the guy Dana White, I forget his name, was talking about how
Mike White.
He's
the creator and the director, writer, all of them.
Famous actor. I didn't know because I didn't know his name until I saw his face. I was like, holy shit! But he was saying that he was talking about how the next one's going to do with like death and spirituality and shit.
Oh, death and spirituality. Okay, interesting. Mm-hmm. Because so. I found out how White describes season 2. He said the kind of mythology of Sicily, at least from the point of view of Americans, is archetypal sexual politics and role play that you associate with like opera and the mafia and Italian romance. I feel like it should be more focused on men and women and relationship and adultery and have an operatic feel to it. So I pivoted a bedroom farce with teeth, essentially. Nice. But it was interesting. Yeah, there was a lot of sexual politics played in this season, which I loved it.
you talking about this just made me remember one thing I wanted to mention.
Yeah.
That like pissed me off beyond like anything that happened in the show.
What?
When the three Americans,
Yeah.
the father, son, grandfather, decided that it would be real cool without any announcement or attempt at communication whatsoever, show up at some lady's house.
Seriously, and expect
be like,
homecoming.
We are same last name. What about that? If you did that in America, you'd get shot.
Yes, very true.
Why are you coming into this? Just like shows the amount of entitlement all three of them have, including Albie. Like, he should have been smart and been like, maybe we should have like get in touch with them. Like, why are these ladies yelling at us? We're family.
Yeah,
like, what? They don't know you. Who are you?
And
get
like,
the fuck out of here.
And Albie got like a translator, and when Lucia left, like, you should have a translator, because like, even how far they got was because of translator. They weren't even gonna get a translator. They were just like, oh, we'll just find out.
Also, like, with him, with them, and also Jennifer Coolidge.
Oh yeah.
In the end, like, they literally ask somebody, do you speak English? When they say no, they're like, I don't even know why I asked, because I'm going to continue talking at you, and I'm going to ask you for things that you don't understand. Why are you not doing it yet? I am asking you.
It's like, why don't you understand? It's like, because you're in another country. Yeah, I think that's just more of ignorance from like just showing another face of like in the show, showing like how rich people with the power and entitlement, because they have money, the things will happen around them. And then
they truly don't understand when it doesn't.
Yeah, it's like, why is this not happening? This should just be happening. Because I have money to do this.
And like, they were even like, as they were talking about it at dinner after it happened, they're like, I really don't understand why they didn't let us like dine with them. And it's like, you really don't understand still?
Don't let strangers in your house, bro.
You haven't reflected for a second that what you did was terrible.
What was their plan? It's like, because they have last name, they will just be like, but nobody understands each other.
I think the older lady was like Bert's like fucking great aunt or something like that. Like, technically, like, they were like related. It was like, we share like a grandparent or something. And she was like, I don't fucking care.
But they don't even understand each other. Right? So like, the thing is like,
thought they were gonna come in and have a great
and you're
Sicilian
just gonna continue saying your last name. Like, if I go in there like car, it's like, that's my last name.
You can get in the car and you can. I also wanted to, before we talk about the ending, is mention that that when Harper and Ethan were having sex, they broke the mask. And the mask, or the bust, and the bust was like representing of like infidelity and shit like that. Yeah. So I think
testa di moro.
Yeah, I think for them maybe that just represents that they don't care anymore.
Fair.
They were happy in that moment. They don't care, and they're gonna figure it out, even if it is some weird cuck shit. They're gonna figure it out.
That's interesting. I had like a whole legend around it, like if you have a time to go over it, because it was really interesting. But that was like a huge foreshadowing. Like, as soon as the first episode tested it more in each of their bedrooms, it was like, all right, cool. Infidelity is gonna be the big theme of this season, and sex, and then we got gender politics.
Why did Jennifer Coolidge stop having sex with Greg that one time? It was your face and your head, and
she was dissociating.
It was everything.
Yeah,
she was right.
Yeah,
you gotta listen to yourself, lady, or the thing will happen to you that happened to you.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Is Greg cheating on me?
I just shot 4 people, and my question is, Greg having an affair?
Oh my god. Okay, let's talk about the ending. It was so unexpected. I really, like, till that, I think, episode, I didn't think it was gonna be Tanya, the body that we found. And I really didn't think the gays were...
Did you think they were sus?
Not at first, but like, and later on, it kind of gets sussy for me, because I really thought, well, in my head, the susness for me was like, oh, they're saying that she's a special guest. They're gonna probably make fun of her, or it's gonna be I thought it was gonna be a party where somebody brings an idiot person, and like they kind of like
dinner
those.
Oh my god.
Was that dinner with Schmuck? I was thinking of that, but I wasn't thinking of like, shit, they gonna kill her for money. Like, that did not come in my head, because I really thought, as Jennifer Coolidge was like, oh, they already have money, I don't have to worry about them stealing my money. It's like, okay, cool.
I definitely saw that they were posturing and they didn't have money. Like as soon as they showed up in the hotel and they kept looking at Jennifer, I was like, okay, these guys have an agenda. They're literally the exact same as Mia and Lucia. They're literally doing the same thing. And I was right.
You were on top of it.
Wow.
I thought Jennifer Coolidge was gonna eat it when they were at that Madame Butterfly play, and I forget what was Quentin. Quentin was like, yes, but sadly Madame Butterfly dies in the end.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're gonna go see an opera, and I was like, well, that's
sus.
If you took me to an opera where the only like black person died or some shit like that, I'm like, oh, it's so sad. New friend that I just met. I'm gonna leave.
That's funny. Yeah, because
it's not a red flag, that's a pink flag.
True. And like at the balcony, they're sitting and she looks over the other ones like, is she the queen? And they're like, yeah, because I thought that's when I was like, oh, they're totally making fun of her. Like they're totally making fun of her and like they're not taking her seriously. So it's like they're just playing with her. They're just saying, we are bored, let's like make fun of this person, and then not realizing, shit, they have a bigger agenda. They hired the gays to commit
everybody that had sex with a native Sicilian person that wasn't natively Sicilian got really fucked over. Like, or even just a foreigner, like his old girl Portia fucked Jack, and that didn't go great. Fucking Tanya had sex with what was the dude?
Nicola,
and he was like, he's well hung, my day. He's gonna come in here and he's gonna fuck your brains out. And then Albie and his dad are fucking the same girl. I don't even know it. Well, Albie doesn't know it. I think Albie assumes it. I think he might know. But like, they all got done in dirty, and it's just like, damn, bro, don't come to Sicily looking to fuck people. They'll fuck you.
God.
Well, but I think that also is like the commentary on like the tourism industry.
Yeah.
And how the longer you are in it, because I worked in tourism briefly, and it's just like the longer you stay, the more you're just gonna lose yourself in all of that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. And I mean, I guess it makes sense because for Lucia, it's like coming in, it's like, these are tourists, they're gonna leave, and then that's that. And then there's like no harm feeling or anything. But I was so surprised that Jack was also like was not like when I saw like him as Tanya like fucking cut like his uncle. I was like, what the hell is going on?
As soon as I saw that, I was like, not his uncle.
Like not
off
his
top,
uncle.
I was like, not his uncle.
Like no, clearly not. Like he's getting paid to fuck him. Like that's even
man. I
worse.
wonder how much he got paid. Also, man, Jack's gonna be like, damn, bro. He's gonna show back up and be like,
they're all dead.
Everyone's dead, and I fucked that guy for no reason.
I wonder what kind of hole he was in.
Some of this shit. I would assume maybe drinking or drugs or gambling or something.
Like money hole, essentially. Like that's crazy.
Quentin's got like enough money to help him get out, but like not enough to like. No one's got Tanya level money. She half a billionaire.
That's true. So thoughts on like both seasons hotel managers to be part of LGBTQ? Like, is that? I wonder if they did that on purpose. Like both of them were essentially like gay, which is kind of weird. And that's where the similarities, like you can see a lot of similarities between season 1 and season 2, like specific themes they kept together. Just to not break the flow.
I definitely loved Armand more.
Yeah.
I hear what you guys were saying about Valentina. I still think she fucked up. She was abusing her power to like play with people's essentially like livelihood, and that's not okay. I
mean, but which livelihood? Just moving Rocco, like she didn't change their salary or something, just moved from one place to the other.
I feel like the only reason why she became reasonable is because of Mia, and like finally learning that, you know, she doesn't have to be lonely.
Yeah.
But if that didn't happen, personally, I mean, that's just the theory, but I'm pretty sure that she would like fire all of them eventually because she wouldn't get pussy.
I don't know, but she didn't fire Rocco. She didn't fire Salvatore, and the only reason she wasn't even gonna fire the piano guy unless like Mia didn't play her like game with Valentino. Valentino was not the one who came up to Mia to do anything. Mia wanted something out of her, and if Mia didn't do that, like then Valentino would not have fired the piano guy either.
I think she's like making it a toxic work environment. Yes. If I'm Rocco and I'm like, all I'm doing is literally standing here and doing my job, and I know the woman who wants to fucking fuck the girl next to me is literally putting me away so that she can do that, toxic work environment. Does the same thing in Salvatore, toxic work environment. fucking moving two people back to forth in a single week because you can't decide on your fucking own emotions. Toxic work environment. Yeah. Coming in here with that kind of energy, toxic work environment. We got to work with the fucking public. Can you take it a little easy? And then like that shit would annoy me, and that makes her an asshole.
Yeah, it would make her an asshole, but I don't think like she was playing Mia. Like she wasn't playing dirty games with anybody. Like she wasn't trying to blackmail anybody with anything. Like she just herself, like her management style is just awful. And then like she moved I think she moved Rocco and Salvatore. Those are the only two people that she moved around, and only because like she thought the girl was
and lightly harassing on the girl.
I feel like if Valentina was a dude and was treating that girl the way she was treating her, that would have been a whole thing. Fair. And I don't think that's any different just because she's a woman. Because she wants the same thing out of her. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, but at the same time, I don't think Valentino is worse than the guy from season 1 because he Armand went on a fucking
Armand
went on like a whole bender, and then also as that guy to like essentially fuck him, like and kind of forced.
He was like literally, you can make your own shifts and get Wednesday off if I can.
And then he's like under the influence while he's like at a hotel, and then playing games with that rich guy who thought he got a new room.
Nope, he gets a pass on that. He gets a pass on that
shit in his room.
He gets a pass on that one.
I think Armand is now better than Valentino. So like what Valentino did a small thing.
I do think Armand took it away from her, but also like him fucking with that guest, I have. Once again, zero qualms. He's like, I made a mistake. And he's like, come on, bro. You got essentially the nicest fucker. Like, be cool. She's like, no, all right. Him sitting in his suitcase in it, I was laughing the whole way, dog.
Oh, I was too. But like at the same time, hospitality. So if Valentino is being asshole to a guest, he's being asshole to his guest.
He is. He's being an asshole to come back. One guest who was asking for it. But no. Like they are both. I think they're both super flawed characters. I do think that Armand is much more flawed than Valentino was, but I still like I
think I just give Armand a pass in my head because that fucking asshole deserved it. You know, like he deserved a shit in his suitcase. I'm sorry, he deserved so much more.
No fair. But like if he had just said in the beginning, I'm sorry, I messed up, I double booked it, it wouldn't have gone that way, and that's all that guest wanted. But Armand just kept going more and more and more. It was like, dude, just say.
Even after he was like, it looks like I made a mistake. Yeah, but then he put her on the boat with Tanya, and I was like, I was like, Armand, please. I think here's the thing is that they set Armand up to be this like not hero, to be this guy you root for, just because boy was. He could have let it go too, right? They both could have just let it go. But he's like, I'm on my honeymoon. He's like, I'm gonna call my mom. And it was just like, stop, bro. Just enjoy your honeymoon. Like,
they were on some toxic masculinity.
They were both on some shit. They were just like, we're gonna burn each other down. And I was like, y'all gotta. But he was a good foil. He was a good foil for him to run against.
Yeah, but no, I think from hospitality, from their job, like, I don't think Valentino's worse than Armand. God, Armand was hilarious though.
I don't know. I've worked enough service jobs and have been shitty to people that I thought had it coming. It's hard for me. It's hard for me not to see it as like.
Yes.
Oh no, that's fair. I mean, beside that, I think him just like forcing the other guy to like have his employee. That power play is way more higher than what happened between me and Valentino.
You shouldn't be sleeping with your employees. If there's someone who's under you on the org chart, don't have sex with them. Marquetta.
Org chart.
Chris, shut up.
Been married. All right, so first season it was highlighted money, and the second season was really around like sex, infidelity, gender politics. What predictions do we have for season 3?
Well, you already mentioned that it's going to be about death and
you said like death and spirituality. But what does that mean? Like, is it because this one was around death? Like in each season, there's been a death. Is it going to be a lot more death in the third season?
I think
everybody
that
dies.
There's gonna be a new Jennifer Coolidge character because in season 1 she was also trying to get rid of her mother's remains, and she had a real hard time with that. So maybe there's just gonna maybe be like more older people
destination
who
funerals
are dealing with
like
loss.
Death around loss. Interesting. I would like for them to repeat a character. Like I know Jennifer Coolidge is not gonna be the one. That would have been good tying for all three of them.
I know.
I would love to like either see Harper and Ethan, and then them like checking out a new like, or like Portia and Albie coming back. That would be really good.
I'd watch more Harper and Ethan because they seem like
I love
two characters that need to, but they also seem like two characters that need to. I still want to know like if they figured it out. Like they're right at the beginning of their relationship, and they've got so much drama already. Like I'm like I need to know. And richness, they're new rich, which is always an interesting thing to follow around, and how like the other people treat them. Like, oh, you guys are new money. We've had money for so long.
My favorite Ethan moment. My favorite Ethan moment was when he ran into the sea to fuck Cameron up. Like, get him! Get him!
That was so unexpected. And they didn't talk about it. They're like, all right, we'll just
fuck my life.
Cameron knew what he did.
From there.
I also like, I think if I was Ethan, I'd have been like, hey, we need to talk. Like, I need to know.
Yeah.
And like, if I'm like, did y'all kiss? And he's like, no. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna ask you one more time. Before I put the cigarette out in your face, well, what it is. God. I have a cigarette in this scenario.
Yeah. I really like watching it. I hated when four of them had dinner. Not because like the scene itself, like I always thought of myself, it's like shit, I will hate it every day to have dinner with the people at a vacation that I'm not a big fan of. Like, can you guys have a separate dinner? Like, talk about your deals, but
they're all kind of friends. And I think in a way, like the two of them are teaching, like Ethan's gonna need to learn what to do with his money. Like he might need Cameron. I don't know, like, or maybe he needs to find somebody else. But like, I don't know. Who do you trust? The dude you known for so long who literally did the thing that you know he would have done, which is attempt to fuck your wife? Or do you try to trust someone new with all your money? I don't fucking know how these rich people work, man.
Oh, that would be cool if four of them come back and they're still friends, like that toxic friendship that's still going on. It's like, God, you guys.
They're all secretly fucking, but they're pretending not to watch each other do it. Just do it. Yo, everybody knows what y'all are doing. Just
do it together.
Do it, Lord.
But God, I want to keep for season 3. I'm hoping the format is kind of still the same, like whodunit mystery. Like we find out who does in the first episode and go from there. Even though that's like a planned part, like it's like a B story,
C story maybe.
It's
one of the. I mean, it's not that it's the least important, but like it wasn't what the season's about. And I love that. Yeah. Also, Jennifer Coolidge's death was hilarious.
It's just she should get Golden Globe.
5 people and then beefed it.
Yes. Like how she was so like just. She killed them almost all. Like she almost got away, and then like, girl, there gotta be another way to get to that boat.
Which is harder, jumping off a boat or shooting 5 men?
Shooting 5 men. Apparently,
you would think so, but you know, turns out it's jumping off a boat.
Also, they were so close to the shore. She could have swam.
I don't think
she could have swam.
We have never seen her in water.
Yeah, see, that was the thing I was thinking too. Was like, I don't know how old she's supposed to be. Yeah, I was like, I will fly. If I can see the shore.
Or just call for help. Like at that point, like, you know, like the threat is gone, and then I'm gonna go find. There gotta be a stairs because obviously nobody's jumping off from that boat to get on there.
The yacht. I don't know how to drive a yacht, but if I've got fucking hours, I think I can figure it out. The shore's right there. We're not in the middle of the sea.
No, she was just not thinking. Like she wasn't thinking straight. Like the whole action, she wasn't thinking straight. She shot them and luckily got them all beside 2 people. Yeah. Like she wasn't thinking, like she was just already distraught. It's like, oh, I want to stay here longer. I don't want to go off the boat, and then going to bathroom, which is not a bathroom, and everybody's like yelling at her, and then she had a derpiest death of all time. 1
foot on a banana peel, the other one in a grave, and just
derpiest.
Just so funny,
crazy, but good. I mean, I'm glad. Did you guys watch the behind the scene after the episode?
I was thinking about rewatching it because we were a little lit, so I didn't watch it all.
No, you should watch it. I think the one thing they did say, it's like, it's Mike White talking about how it's a story around Tanya, and it was just more so like if she was gonna die, it's gonna be from her own hands and not by somebody else. And it's like, yep, that is the derpiest, and it fits her perfectly. So but yeah. That's mostly questions that I had. If you guys have any question, anything else that you need to talk about from the White Lotus season 2? I'm surprised how much I love this show.
Yeah, and the last episode really solidified it for me. I think I don't know. I think it's interesting. It reminds me a little bit of a certain episode in You, where they get into kind of the sexual dynamics between these 2 couples and how awfully that went. So
oh, that episode was so funny.
I can only hope that we get more things like this, not just with the sex stuff, but with the money stuff, and kind of with how these people run their lives in the next season.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'm gonna text Spencer here.
I think
I can hit the buttons.
I love slice of life, and I love drama, and I think this just like fits everything in like a nice little bucket, nice little package for me.
That's true. That's true, and I think that's good thing about this show. Like, it's anthology, but at the same time, it's not really like, because you kind of have to see season 1 to kind of know the backstory of Jennifer Coolidge. But at the same time, like, they can stand alone, and it's succinct. It's in 6 episodes, and it's done. We don't have to continue 4 seasons to know who died or who done it and what happened to that person.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they don't explore what's gonna happen to Greg. It's just it's a thing. We can predict what's gonna happen to Greg if he gets caught or not, and go from there.
Yeah. Maybe they'll mention it in the next season.
Which one? Oh,
yeah.
Just like a hint of it, maybe a little bit of it, but not a lot. But
what is that question?
Is she, Marquetta, coming back for you?
It's Marquetta coming for you. You're for the reaction. You.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know yet. I am trying to decide what's best for my mental health.
I've never seen that show.
Well, I'm gonna hit the buttons for us and get us out of here.
Yeah.
This is me saying bye. Bye.
Yeah, guys, stay around. This is us wrapping up White Lotus season 2 discussion. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We would like to do more of discussions around the shows that we have watched it ourselves, but we don't react it for the channel. I'm just gonna have a discussions around that. And beside that, we are doing One Piece manga read along tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're gonna be reading chapter 100 sometime tomorrow. People have been telling us about chapter 100, so we are super excited about that. And it's happening. Let's join us tomorrow. And Rana is streaming tonight for something.
Tonight.
Some story.
Sweet.
Something.
Okay.
Well, play the outro. We'll see you guys later.
Stay here for the raid. We love you guys.
Bye.
You play the outro at the end. Bye.
Get ready, cause it's about time for you to speak your mind. Secret Girls Club. Secret Girls Club. Super Secret Girls Club.